our channel, Vedic Solutions, preparing for the coming of the Golden Age. And I am your host, Harinama Chintamani. We have an interesting topic today, and it concerns channeling. Because I am concerned by so many seemingly reputable people who are out there with thousands of followers who, while they're discoursing about the topics of the day and giving some very insightful commentary, all of a sudden will bring in somebody that they heard channel something. And I want to tell you, this is extremely dangerous. If the Lord desires for us to have information, to know something, He's not restricted to giving that knowledge through random people. That knowledge has come down from the very beginning of creation. That is what these Vedic literatures are. Veda means knowledge. And any knowledge on the planet today comes from the Vedas originally. So in the Vedic culture, there was a way to observe a person who was giving knowledge. Were they speaking from the Vedic literatures? Were they speaking from books of knowledge? What was the example that they gave in their life? And was their life in accord with past saintly persons? So if we think about saintly persons in any tradition, a saint is a saint. What are those qualities? There's some sense control, tolerance, patience, compassion. All those qualities we see in saintly persons. We need to start thinking very seriously about who we're taking information from. Recently, I saw an article, and I researched it, and very shockingly found it was true. A very, very famous person in the health field for decades, who has alerted people about the dangers of this medical mafia, we'll call it, has given so much information about health, was attacked in so many ways because of being somebody bold who told the truth. And now, because of listening to somebody who was channeling an entity, who obviously we understand now from the fallout is a demonic entity, has completely taken over his mind, and now he's let go of top executives in the country, in his company, completely cut off relationships with people who he's known for many, many years, through having somebody make a phone call, no explanation, nothing. So think about this. We have been disappointed a lot over the last few years, thinking that there were people who we could trust. And these are people who we can see with our eyes, and still we were cheated. How much easier would it be to be cheated by a disembodied living being? Very easy. We understand that there are techniques for controlling the mind, for understanding the psychology of a person, for getting in sync with the way that they move or they speak, and then having that create in somebody a sense of trust. This is going on all the time. It's being used on us every day by politicians and in the media and in advertising. So don't you think that a disembodied living being who is opportunistic cannot use all sorts of techniques to create trust and to make us think that this is some personality coming from some higher plane to give us knowledge at such a significant time? We can be seriously cheated. And people are being cheated all over the world by the hundreds of thousands. And therefore, when we bring forward the knowledge from these Vedic literatures, we are encouraging you to take shelter in books that have been around for thousands and thousands of years. This knowledge is millions of years old. And Krishna tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita that over time this knowledge is lost, and I make arrangements for this knowledge to be given again for the benefit of the world. So please do not listen to those who are claiming that they are hearing from some great personality, because these are demonic entities and they have mystic power. And yes, they can do things that we cannot do as humans. And that will also enamor our minds. I saw this miracle, or this personality appeared in my dream, or healed me of an illness. There are persons who, due to their past activities, have come into this life with some mystic yogic ability or developed it in this life. And we're so foolish because we don't understand the standard of true spirituality, of a true spiritual teacher. Then we become enamored by these people, by their dress, by their long beards, by their long hair, by their large eyes. That is not the way to judge a saintly person. And then we find out behind the scenes, they're collecting all sorts of things in boats and cars and women. We need to be very, very thoughtful. That is why we are putting out these videos. That is why we have our website, purelyprabhupada.com, where you can begin to study these ancient texts translated by a self-realized person, not an academic, somebody who was hearing directly from the Lord in the heart, someone whose example and purity and qualities were there for everyone to see. So please take advantage of these. And if you find these videos helpful, we do encourage you to subscribe and indicate that you appreciated it, and that way more people can see. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen. Hare Krishna.